Now the problem, you can make it 5 minutes. Doesn't matter to me. The problem is you can't talk to chat anymore. See, it's gonna sit there and hold this for 15 minutes. So when the chat starts to see it, you can't respond to them in real time because there was.
Let's just do the show one. I think it's a fun thing. I mean, it'll be tough on me and
So
him.
I'll say secure delay.
And then we just don't. And the chat, like they deserve to have the interaction. They're the only fucking people that are gonna show up after all this disaster.
Yeah.
Don't you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I think it'd be kind of fun.
We're gonna just do a lot of guessing.
It'll be like 2002 before the whole cards.
Robert Varconi stages.
We have to just say, everyone let's just do an honorable agreement that you're gonna show one so that it helps the commentators out and see if we're correct. Do you like it?
I'm down.
Okay, let me go talk to them real fast. You like it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go ask them about the extension on the delay. I think pizza is gonna be here soon. We could probably go live after everybody just eats pizza.
Right.
You good with that?
Sounds good.
No, tell me what you think.
Sounds good.
No, I don't want to take over the ship.
Nope.
You,
not at all. If they want to do that, that sounds good to me. I'm wondering why.
3 minutes away. Okay.
I'm like, swap out the deck because with what?
I shaded these things, yeah. I've set up those decks like 3 times each
It's
now.
out there.
Scotty go fucking do your shit. So what are we doing?
We're going
No
to.
commentary stream?
Yeah, we're gonna have it. So we're gonna be watching it live, like right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna be watching it live,
You want me to shut the door?
and we won't be able to see anything because when it's on the secure delay, we can't see anything.
I got it. Well, if we can't see anything, why are we? The people at home are still gonna see?
No. What they're gonna do is, let's see.
We can't see any cards. Why are we using?
Well, because what they can do is they'll see. We're gonna still do action tracker like normal, and they're gonna see the. Go. See, we won't see these cards, but I'm gonna say, all right, here, hold on a second. Go ahead. Where's the action? Now he would have to show whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter. I guess we just wouldn't know what he has. Yeah, go ahead and break. I'm gonna get chip counts and I'm gonna test it. Hey, what you can do? Oh, sorry. Oh wait. I will take this strap. It'll start at 0. All I'll know is how much we have starting now. All of the stacks are made. Those are. Yeah, then you can go back and look at it.
Eric, that's pretty off so far. Yeah.
Thank you. I don't feel like we earned it today.
You're working hard.
All right.
Eric, we're still doing the same thing?
I'm trying to make sure
No,
that works.
don't do it. Just don't do it. We can't risk it, right?
What's that?
Like gambling, that it doesn't work.
Oh,
We got him to agree and everything, right?
well,
So
what we can do.
I just don't gamble. It's fine. It's gonna be fun for
We
everybody.
just won't do it. Okay.
One card is good. Don't stress about it because
Oh.
you know how shitty it would be if it crashed again in the middle.
Right. Yeah, for
So
sure.
let's just stream live.
Okay. We'll do that right now. We'll.
You feel good about it?
Yeah. I'm wondering about the audio though, the table mic audio. If.
People will start cursing.
Well, no. I don't care about that. We're watching it live, but the table mic will be a minute behind, so we won't have any table mic.
So why no delay? It's fine. Live.
Because without a delay,
There's still a way to cheat.
yeah, then they'll see everything live.
How could there be a way to cheat?
Actually-
You can't have no hook cards, so nobody knows anything.
If you, so I'm trying to do this.
I get what
My
you're
favorite
saying.
word is if it's just me, everybody take it.
Oh no, it's okay. No. You can screw you and Steve. Did you see that one?
So
So you think there's still like potential
well, I'm
security
trying to think. Right now, in order to see this stuff, the minimum delay is 1 minute, right? So it'll be on a 1 minute delay,
So we hear.
but I'll hear what happened a minute ago.
So then just
No table audio.
Just tell them
Is that
that's
fine?
why there was no table.
So we just say no table audio because we're just watching. All right, that works then. That was
We
the
can
only
put it on sometimes if there's like we're hoping to catch like a random conversation.
something we can have it in the background, so we have like and
so it doesn't sound dead.
yeah, it's not dead. We'll have like
But just
chip
really
and
loud.
yeah, just
Yeah.
like
No,
just
we
a little
tell
bit.
them we're not going to be turning it up. Well, that's
Right.
fine. And
Let's have him. Let's do this.
Let's do the social media and do this.
All right. Well,
5
let's
minutes,
not
we
even
got
worry
5
about
minutes.
that until we won't even start streaming until we know it works.
Okay.
Um,
Oh wait, you're afraid that we won't even get the.
well, I'm gonna see how this works. Now here's what we'll see, and we'll see if this works. So if I say, hey Kim, come on in here and look at this.
Yeah.
So we'll see, he'll say, oh yeah, that's fine. So he'll say, DW calls, and Carlos folds, and Bow folds, and Rick calls, and Hager calls, and OFC raises to 100, and Habib folds, Mustafa folds and Luke folds and DW folds. And
This
Rick
action is
calls,
unrealistic. I'm just kidding.
and Hayden
Oh,
calls.
okay.
Now we're three-way, and now the flop.
Flop,
You're on a flop.
Flop.
Oh, okay, you got that back on. So then you'll put out the flop, and we'll see that.
That's great.
And Rick checks, Hayden bets 200, and OFC folds. Rick raises to 500, and Hayden calls. Go ahead, turn.
Turn. Yeah. Nice.
4 diamonds, check, check.
Weird that it's not the 5 of clubs.
And a river.
I'm joking. Okay,
Two
perfect.
clubs. Then we go bet 1,000 and fold. And now go ahead and pull out all the cards. So we can do that, but we won't have any. We'll have. I hear them excited from what happened a minute ago.
Yeah, but that's
That's
what
okay.
just so we just keep it really low.
Yep.
So we're just getting background noise. And actually, that's the excitement of the tournament. We
Yeah.
can just be like,
So we're
we
good.
don't know what was going on.
Yeah, they're watching the.
Football game.
They're watching the football game,
Yeah.
right?
So let's do that.
Is that works?
I think it's fine.
All right.
He's just saying 0
All right, then I need-
audio from the table because it'll be over 1 minute delay. So they'll be conversating about something.
So there won't be any audio? Zero audio?
Everything that happens on the table will be slightly 1 minute delay. Why the audio?
Audio's a minute behind. Action clock.
Everything's live. Because the screen that wraps up and sends it. And they have, and that, they, to make it secure, they have to have at least a 1 minute delay.
Okay. Did you meet?
Okay, comma, it is 8 p.m. I'm going to stream with no more cards, comma, but still doing action track. Okay, guys, welcome back. All right, here's what we're going to do. So Australia is working on it. He said he will not have it fixed in the next hour. It's going to take him at least an hour to fix the problem. So what we're going to do is stream like we did, but we're going to show you the production side with no hole cards, but you'll see all the action and you'll see the flop cards and everything else. We just won't see hole cards unless there's a showdown. So that's what we're going to do. All right. It's not great, but it's what we've got for today. I'm going to stay afterwards and work with Australia and hopefully get it going. So they just took a little break for pizza, and we're going to be right back.
Hey everybody, guys. I just gave everybody an hour of time for this screw up that we put you through. What we're gonna do right now is we're streaming without hole cards, but with everything else. So it's kind of like 2002 before we had hole cams and stuff like that. So we'll get all the action, everything else will be right. We just won't know what your hole cards are live until afterwards. So now it's really important if there's an all in the call to show your cards to the
I open both cards for you guys. Don't
all right,
worry.
perfect.
I show both.
Open the cards.
I show both.
And then also there isn't going to be any table audio because it's going to be on 1 minute delay.
The cable's on delay, so all your table talk.
We're just going to keep it on really low mute, so any funny jokes are going to tell no one's going to hear it.
Fuck this. All right. We're ready to go. Yep. We just got exact chip counts. So what we're going to do is Eddie's going to run the action tracker to make sure this is all going properly. I'm going to sit in here and do some very low-level commentary. And with Kim. So that's what we're going to do. All right. So this is live. He's pitching the cards right now. We will not be able to see any hole cards. But he's going to track all the action. All right. I'm going to record this, and hopefully everything that's being recorded, we'll be able to actually see the hole cards tomorrow. There it is. Now you see how neat that was? If you notice, OFC's cards were flashing, and I'm looking at production side. I'm not trying to follow the action, but OFC's cards were flashing, which means he didn't read them, and that's how you know. So everything's good so far.
We have 12 viewers. That's amazing.
Yeah, they jumped on, and I explained to them that we're going to we're just going to stream with all of the action, but without the hole cards. And it is what it is.
This is going to be a great exercise for all of us, especially.
Oh,
go ahead.
Tell them Hayden got bluffed.
Oh yeah, I will explain that hand
Okay,
later.
okay.
Yeah.
You were going to do that?
No, I know it's not great. Remember that hand you guys watched?
The last hand?
With Hayden and Bao. Bao shoves all in. The flop was Jack 5-5, Deuce turn, and River was like a inconsequential 6 or something.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
It brought home backdoor flush.
Yeah. But Bao clearly was representing a 5 or Jack's full, and Hayden said that he folded ace jack, and Bao
Which is what you
showed
said.
6-9 offsuit.
Wow. So he
Yes.
didn't just say it, he showed it.
He showed it to the table, so it was sad that we didn't get to see it. But he was very proud of it, so he was like a little upset that we didn't catch that. Are you gonna remind him of that hand?
Yes. I'm going to pull this up so that I can do this. And we can do, while we're talking about this new hand. All right, so there's 775 in the pot with 3 players. $1,000.
Already action flop is already a 4-figure flop here. That's crazy. Or actually, it's a turn.
Galoo bets, Mustafa bets 900 on the turn. Now with 3 players, we don't know what the action was because we didn't pay attention.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that would be interesting to see. We have 3 massive action players in this hand, though. Mustafa, Galoo, and Habib. So Galoo is in the tank, so, you know, he can definitely have a whole range of hands. He's calling, so who knows what that means.
Okay, yeah. Habib lets it go. All right, now we can see the action up there, where
Flop went check, check. Mustafa bet 75. Galoo raised the 300. And then Mustafa called, and then Mustafa leads turn.
ooh, they split. So whatever it was, whatever their cards were, they split it.
What could they have?
He's got king something I can see. And actually, you know
Did they
what?
have King Jack? They both had King Jack?
This is live.
Oh, no.
We can control it. They both had king 4.
Oh.
Or they both had at least.
A pair of kings with the board kicker?
The board kicker.
Wow.
Now, what we can do, remember how we were talking this morning about controlling the camera, and I said we can't because we're on the delay?
Well, now
we're not on the delay.
So we could go
So
back.
I can make this static, and I can do this, and I can go, all right, let's see the 1 seat. Let's see the 3 seat.
Oh, nice.
And I can control whatever we want to see now. And I can go, boom. And we can do this because we're watching real time. So we can go, hey, what does Hayden look like? Okay, what does Habib look like? Oh, my goodness, let me see the flop. There it is.
Interesting, but as long as we don't see the whole cards, it's fine.
Yeah, because
is
we're
awesome.
watching real time with no hole cards, we can control the cameras like we were talking about. That'll be fun. Exciting production stuff. So we're on 6 now. And 7. Actions on Rick, and I can control all these cameras. So, actions actually on Bao.
Bao called, Rick calls, OC calls. Everybody's in for $25 only. Dwayne raises to $60, so very small raise relative. So really more of a pot builder here.
Right.
Oh,
It looks
Carlos
like
looks like re-raises to a larger amount, 260. All right, Dwayne did call. Oh, wait, what happened? What did we fold?
He
showed
showed
an ace.
everybody folds and he shows an ace.
Oh.
Carlos, when they all fold to Carlos, he shows his ace hearts. Did you ask him to show 1 card just to make it fun for the viewers?
Yes, we tried to, since we can't get to see the whole
Right.
cards, we did ask that the winners play the show 1 game.
That's
so we
super
will get to see at least 1 card
Right.
out of all the whole cards.
Excellent, excellent.
So we can kind of like see how good our guessing game is and our predictions on people's ranges and what kind of hands that they'll have at Showdown. So this is a really good practice. It is very tough for
Whoops.
the commentators, but are you in?
Am I?
Are you commentating with me, or is it?
No.
Oh, you're just
No,
making sure everything's cool.
You were so disappointed.
No. Oh my God, that's not disappointing. I would just say I
No.
advertise Asian on
Yes.
Asian sensation.
No.
You know, so you
I am
don't
not
qualify.
offended. I am not offended.
You do not qualify. I'm sorry, Eric. You're
No,
just a tiny bit.
Eddie said, let me run Action Tracker for the first couple hands to make sure everything's working on the production
no,
side.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Okay, we got a good one though. Looks like Dwayne raised out of the small blind to 175, and Bao calls out of the third blind. Habib also calls, and Mustafa is thinking now in the cutoff and calls. All right, 4 ways to a flop. Let's see what we got. Man, this is sad that we
Right.
don't. This is just such a great lineup. Would have been a great stream to commentate on. I was very excited about.
We can do it again on Friday.
I guess so.
Invite everybody back.
We're up to 15 loyal viewers. That's awesome. I hope all the rest of the stragglers can find this stream address. All right, so we got a bet from Dwayne, a call from Bao, and a call from Habib. Mustafa's thinking about calling. Looks like he's probably calling. 4 ways to the turn. This pot is huge now. $2,000 already in this pot. Wow, that should be an action-packed card. I would be very careful if I was betting this card. How much do we have behind?
For which player? DW?
Yeah.
3,500. He bets 1,300. He bets
So
a third of his
we're
stack.
really super committed here. You know, sometimes in these types of spots, if we have like a, you know,
He's got 10K.
if we have a big hand here, I think check call and pot controlling here is much better. When you get action on this particular board, you're getting action from all like the 7-5s, the 7-4s, the you know 4 deuces, all the hands that beat you, and you're obviously also getting action from. I wouldn't expect that someone actually flopped a straight because we probably would have heard them from a raise. You know, when we would have heard a raise out of them, but. Someone can just have a raggedy 5, and that's just really dangerous to be bombing this turn.
Habib was way
I know
ahead
it's
for the
upsetting.
session.
I know it's upsetting to like play like Pocket Kings weak here,
Right.
but oh, Mustafa I think is raising all in. Yeah, this is a really big move from Mustafa. I expect him to have a 5 minimum here.
Full house, pocket 6s maybe.
I think he can have any kind of 5.
Just any random 5.
Yeah. He can have a lot of, like I said, 5-7s, 5 deuces.
He just min clicks it. He doesn't go all in.
Oh, okay. That's even scarier. That's worse than just.
However,
an all-in.
DW says let's get it going.
All right.
Dwayne says
Well,
let's get it in.
I hope DW has, you know, and he definitely can have like all the pocket 6s, all the pocket 3s. He did raise.
Any random combo draw like a ace 4 of clubs.
Yeah, for sure. Again, those types of hands, we really want to go into like check call mode because we just don't want to blow the pot out of position with hands that we really need to get to the river as cheaply as possible. Like those are just beautiful hands. We don't want to get blasted out of them. We don't want to be all in until we make our hand. There's just no fold equity in trying to like get 3K in here.
We're actually hearing live table mic.
I was noticing that the.
So I thought that was going to be on the stream delay. I set it up so it wouldn't be, but I didn't think it would work, and it did. So that's awesome.
Yay, nice. So we do get to hear some thought processes. I expect Habib to have a lot of diamond draws, maybe even a 4 with a diamond draw in his hand when he's taking this long. He
does.
he's
fold.
folding. He wants to show show off his big lay down there. All right, here we go.
I'm gonna go tell them to put the cards on the flop.
Okay. 20 viewers now. This is exciting. We're actually. Oh, did I not call that? Can people give me props here because I definitely said Dwayne can have kings here. And I said we got to be careful with pocket kings, but it looks like he might be ahead. I hope so. Let's see what happens. Oh, jack something probably of clubs. Pocket jacks. Okay. I said Dwayne might have pocket kings here, and that's what he had.
Yes. Yes.
Nice hand, DW. Solid double up there. Rough spot for Mustafa. He's hoping that DW has a big draw there. Having an overpair on a single paired board like that is just tough to fold.
I'm being folded 8-9 to 7 of clubs for a straight flush.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm getting a lot of, because we're live, I'm getting like chat from the table plus the, come in, close the door, because it's tough. We're actually hearing them speak and in the microphone. So the table mic is actually live, FYI.
Okay. All right, so a little
Yes,
twist.
the dream team is here now. I hope you guys are ready.
Yeah, a little bit of interesting twist. Again, apologies for the technical difficulties. I don't know the answer to that question, Lego. I am not the tech guy here. So, all right. So, I believe Kim and Eric have kind of explained everything that's going on. So,
I definitely think next break we should just run down people's stack sizes and maybe notate the handful of people we know are up or down or have rebought. We definitely know a few. I think Bao did not rebuy, so he's doing well. As far as I know, right?
yeah, and I don't know, did Hayden top off?
I don't think so either.
All right.
So he's still up a little bit. I'm not sure about
OFC,
Rick.
OFC opened this hand.
Mustafa's definitely down.
Yeah.
Galu's also down. And OFC, I definitely know topped up.
Right, so OFC was the original better in this hand. Open the gun +1 and then makes it 175. C bet right here. Okay, Rick's gonna call. All right. Interesting to see. Both check turn. Okay, that's probably a really good card for OFC, especially for his undergrade. He probably has a lot of the ace kings, like ace jack suited. What do you think?
Yeah, it's definitely good for OFC's pre-flop range and the fact that he's playing his hand as a check on the turn.
Yeah.
You know, Rick.
But it does check. It does check over. OFC checks over to him here. Rick's gonna bet 850.
I think actually OFC is in position. On
OFC is in position. You're right.
So Rick is betting 850 into a hand where he should be expecting that OFC has a lot of aces. It seems very queen heavy to me because, again, when a river card peels out, that's quote unquote good for your range. This is extra level thinking, just so you know. If OFC should be thinking, like, let's say OFC has ace king and he played his hand pretty much correctly all the way to this river, and you have a player leading into you and you have ace king. You're thinking to yourself, wait, I have the best aces here. Why are you betting?
Yeah.
Well, let's ask yourselves, why would he be betting here?
Yeah, queen jack suited, queen jack offsuit, queen 10 suited.
Whatever. Any queen, he's in the third blind. He's basically the straddle, the mandatory straddle, the third blind. So, I mean, he's defending with probably all his suited queens.
Yeah.
Oh, he's calling. Oh, you're ripping. Oh, wow. Interesting. See, OC just always does that. What card? He shows a king. What did I say?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Nice. Wow. That's next level.
I like it. Like the move.
Do you think the OC ever rips there with ace king? I think he has king queen. What do you think?
It's a good point. I have to think about that.
I'm gonna guess it's king queen because like why it can't be pocket kings because you're
check back turn.
You're getting snapped off by all queens unless he has just a soul read that Rick didn't have anything.
Right.
And Rick did fold pretty quickly, so maybe you just read Rick correctly.
Yeah. going to be fun here in the booth with this. And again, the table audio is not going to be all that great, so you're going to be hearing a lot of Kim and I in the booth as we kind of guess the whole car. It's kind of old school. Again, there was a software update that the software developer from Australia is working on concurrently right now. So this is just a one-time mishap, no big deal.
What's the score on the Cowboys game, everybody? Since we're live and we can hear what you guys have to say. I'm focused on this, but I do want the local team to win.
So they run.
This is a lot of people in this hand. What happened? 225. Everyone just. This is a bomb pot hold'em hand.
And Rick with the best hand, it looks like, apparently.
Well, Rick has king 3. Oh, nice. Look at that. Thank you, Big Brian, for showing us those cards right in the center, right?
Yeah.
That's pro dealer right there.
Yeah, he's one of our more experienced dealers.
Could you tell Carlos, or excuse me, Rick won that hand?
Yes.
Yes.
And he brought the cards in the center. That's awesome. So
Yeah.
we get to see what actually won. Awesome.
Interesting.
Mad Professor says, this format is great for learning live tells that we can't mention. You can mention them all you want. I cannot confirm or deny.
Yeah.
Yes. It's just one of those things, like, if you have a live tell on anybody, I just want to ask you, why would you tell anyone?
Right.
It's completely negative EV to let people know that you have live tell reads, and I see it constantly. I see it happen at the table where you just want to like brag, and it's instinctual. Like when you're like proud of the
Right.
fact you caught something that's so sneaky, you know.
Yeah.
You want to tell everybody, but that's literally the opposite of what you want to do.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, wait. I was hoping that OFC and Carlos would get into it like they normally do, so they don't tonight with this particular hand.
Of course not. The pot's not big enough.
Yeah.
If it was bigger, they would have
For sure.
butted heads for sure. Don't tell people about your live tells. Come on now. That's just ridiculous. That's a terrible idea. Keep them to yourself. Not to mention, you don't want to tell people that you're a soul reader. Soul reading is a secret superpower.
It's a super secret power.
Keep it secret. $16 viewers. We lost 4, so something happened there.
That's all right.
Try not to be results oriented.
Not to be results oriented. I know tonight was a rough night on the software and the tech side.
It's
so.
really sad because this stream could have just been super epic. It would have been nice to, have like some steamroll power after yesterday's stream was really great.
Fridays was really good. We were about 125, 130 on that Friday stream. Yesterday, over 200. Obviously with Kitty and Bronx Bomber. But, it happens, and we have a very good line.
Is that what we're supposed to say?
Yeah, it happens, and this is a good lineup nonetheless.
Yes.
All right,
good.
so we got player. So there was I'm not sure what the action was, but it's 4 into the pot. Habib for a sec. Okay, so we're just going to check around. 6 of diamonds. Let's see if someone's going to take the betting lead here. I wouldn't be surprised if, I was going to check. All right, Rick's going to take over the betting lead. $175.
Habib is representing a 6 here.
Yep.
Or better. So it's interesting. I don't feel like Rick would be betting worse than a straight draw here. So he appears to have value. Now
7-8 gets there.
Yeah, this is a great card for Rick's range.
And there's not a lot of draws on the turn with the exception of the straight 7-8. or straight draws. You know, it's a rainbow board.
7-5 is a double gutter.
Yeah.
Or open ended, I guess technically. But yeah, Rick is donking this river. He
snap call.
he definitely has 7-8, I believe. 7-6, 3
Okay.
sixes. Oh, and
All right, so Rick there.
interesting. I don't know why, if he thought he had the best hand on the turn, he didn't raise. What do you think about that?
So Rick led the
So
turn.
he donks the river.
No, I thought he
He led the turn, then Habib
Raise.
raises, and then he just calls, and then he donks river.
I think he wants to potentially keep his bluffs in if he had a bluff, or keep some of his weaker. Like,
Wait, but that doesn't make any sense.
No,
You're
I mean-
keeping Habib's bluffs in, you would check, and then let Habib bluff.
oh, okay, yeah. So maybe
So you're not keeping any bluffs in.
maybe he was targeting a 9.
I guess, but why wouldn't we just? So he's just
it was
calling
9-high board.
and trying to like just make his river bet look bluffy, and maybe he gets called by a 9 or a 10.
Yeah, maybe a 9 or 10, something that, you know.
I like that. That's interesting. I would never play my hand like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't
that's
either. But
interesting.
you know, so obviously with him having the 6, you know, it reduces 6x combos that Habib would have there, and so there's only, you know, 1 6 out there, and so it's less likely that Habib has a 6 there. So he's either on a draw or maybe has top pair. So
All right, Habib is raising to 225. It definitely can appear like we are steaming after that last hand. So we definitely, I hope for Habib's sake, we have some value here, because we've got 2 calls from sticky players. We need to be very value heavy. All right, checks round on an ace 10-5 flop.
4 spades doesn't really change the dynamics of this hand. It brings in some backdoor straight draws, some backdoor spade draws. We're going to check a Lugan a bit. It looks like 400 into 730. Okay, yeah. A 55% pot. Kind of a little snap call there from Habib.
Sometimes when I see Habib play like that, he has like a middling pair, maybe like 7s or 8s or something like that, where he doesn't want to give up on the hand just yet, but he isn't proud enough of that flop to continue betting. So I expect him to have some small to medium-sized pairs. I feel like he might bet that turn with a spade draw, so I think he's pair heavy. Maybe he has like queen jack offsuit or something like that, but even then I feel like he would bet it.
Pretty big bet. Is looking for here. 12 something. Okay, it's a bet. Kalu gonna size up here. He's gonna bet the pot. Very polarized bet here. What is he trying to represent, or what is he trying to get? He's either super nutted, or he's either super nutted, or he's bluffing right now.
For sure.
Especially after being checked back to.
Habib rips it all in. Oh my gosh, what's happening? These guys in their check jams are their all-ins on the river. This is crazy. Do you think Habib has it?
I don't know.
I mean,
Is Habib capable of check raise bluffing? Check raise jam bluffing? Did I say that correctly? Check raise jam.
I will
yeah.
just say that like Habib's game has definitely improved recently. I've definitely seen him battle a lot harder recently, and you know, he is winning this session. So him bluffing is just a lot less likely. I know once he you know, is profitable in a game, he tries to be a lot more careful
Right.
with his profits. So for him to check raise here, I just feel like he must be so strong. Maybe he had like ace 10 and he just really like thought to himself like no one can call, you know. So he's just really trying to target like someone bluffing or trapping with just trip aces. I I also know Mehdi is stuck. I know he doesn't want to lose the rest of this stack.
But he also doesn't like to fold either.
Yeah, but I feel like his bet here on the river with the 1500 is very ace heavy. I just don't think he is. It was bluffing. So,
Okay.
Or even thin value betting like a 10 or something like that. I think he's very strong, and I don't think he would waste our time. Here we go, showdown.
All right, let's see what.
Aces full fours must be one hand.
Oh, wow.
That's
that'd be-
Habib's aces full fours.
Oh my God, they
gosh.
chop.
What the heck?
I was not expecting that hand. Was not expecting that hand.
Wow.
I probably would have snap called if I was just been like.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
what? I mean, but it is runner, and
Yeah.
you just feel like, wow, could he really have like ace 10 or ace 5?
Since we are live, you can control these cameras.
Oh, fancy.
Right there, so it'll static. It'll go to that as default, but you can move right. You can go. Let's see what many looks like. Let's see what whatever.
Oh yeah, why they're thinking. Oh, that's at least that's something nice.
Fancy. And again, mixing it up here in the booth.
Oh, show some stats.
Then go back to the flop.
Gotcha. All right, let's take a look at this. Let's look at these stack sizes. Now, I believe, I don't think we have the capability since we're not streaming, so.
We can't show any stats. Sad face. No stats for you guys. We can give you some updates. Ask us some questions. We can give you specific things if you want.
Well, so, bad press about those pre-flop charts. Those are just guidance, right?
Yes, and who wants to stick to those?
Yeah.
Not me. But I would say the best pre-flop chart that anyone should be studying is the one where you know your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And you stick with it until you're ready to learn and, experience outside of your comfort zone. I think you want to stick with, the premium top percentages of hands and then start mixing the suited connectors and
Right.
things like that into your game. But you don't want to be adding like certain hands until you're just really playing all the premium ones really well. And that's the basic idea here. Oh, Mustafa's all in on a King 5-4 rainbow board for $940. It looks like it's like a 2x pot jam.
Not much behind, so he's just going to go ahead and get his chips in here.
DW in the tank. He's definitely considering calling here.
What if he's got like middle pair or something like that? Like,
I feel like he could have like 6-7 or 6-3. He's a blind, right? No, he's under the gun. So he should definitely have some medium-sized pairs. Maybe he has a king. He could even have ace-queen where he just doesn't believe Mustafa.
yeah, and there's a lot of action behind him still, so.
Yeah, we should definitely be making some tighter laydowns there. OFC folded already, so it's now on Habib. One. Oh, there it is.
Mustafa going to pick up a few chips here. Going to show one. Shows the
7? Maybe he was
6 of diamonds. Okay.
Maybe Mustafa had the 6-7.
Yeah.
I like that play. Very nice, Mustafa.
This is what I'm saying, because if he has a king there, it's not a very draw-heavy board, right? It's a Badoogie.
Yeah, that's. I think that you're right. Like,
You don't want to jam a king there on such
for
a...
value. Like,
yeah.
you want to get some value out of that.
Again, a little interesting dynamics tonight, having some software issues. So, going to kind of mix it up a little bit tonight here in the booth. Not going to show the whole cards, which is obviously not pretty standard for a live stream, but going to see how it works. I wanted to give you guys in the chat and already watch these guys play kind of more. Now it's kind of more of a meta game. Not that now that we can't see their cards and they know that we can't see their cards and you guys can't see their cards. So the rule is everybody has to at least show one card if they win the hand. So
we at least get to know the answers about 50% of their range.
Correct.
But this is great exercise for you guys as viewers, and it's not super fun for the recreational player because like you're just trying to learn and be entertained by the action and everything else. But for the intermediate to advanced players that are, I'm sure, in this chat, all 22 of you, I think that you guys like will really enjoy this exercise. Like simply here, like what two cards does DW have for $35, and what is Carlos gonna call $35 with? And then what about Galoo? He just check raises to 400. He is the big blind, the second blind, so his range is all over there. He has 6-4, he has 7-5, he has 9-4, he has 9-6. It looks like this was an unraised pot, so definitely all over this board.
7 spades brings in some straight draws.
I expect Galoo to have a lot of 2-pair hands here. And this 7 of spades has to be very good for Carlos's cold call range.
Yep.
But he is under the gun, so it is interesting that he
was a straddle, so he straddled.
Oh, under the gun straddle. Yep. Okay, so yeah, they're basically all blinds. So this board is just going to hit all 3 of those guys, DW, Galoo, and Carlos, very, very hard. So you need to be careful when you're in hands like this with, like, say, 6-4, and you're getting aggression thrown back in your face. Right. You kind of turn 6-4 into a bluff catcher at that point, because what do you beat? Like, if someone is going ham versus you and you have 6-4, you don't beat a ton of value hands, right?
Yeah.
In the blinds. Like, if it was under the gun or something like that, they might have aces and you might be thinking you're beating all those hands. But in this particular spot, I would be very cautious with a hand like 6-4 or 9-4 or anything. And look, this board is just getting more and more connected.
Yeah. So
it's scary.
I think Galoo has more of the 5s than Carlos's, because the way Carlos sized up on the turn made it 800 into 990 or something like that. Really trying to really indicative of a 9, trying to get these draws out of there.
Thank you, Regal. I appreciate it. I'm doing my best. This has been a very stressful day.
Yeah,
you guys have no idea.
For many reasons.
Yeah.
So I think Galoo has a lot of the 5s here. So you can bet 1,200 into 2,500, right? 2,500. Very value heavy size bet, about 45%. But I'm gonna make the call. 9-5. So
he's got a straight
5-3.
and another 5.
Hey.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You want to come in here for a second?
Sure.
Yeah.
Tell
have
us
a seat.
all about your.
All right, we're gonna have a special.
God,
I
this
can't.
is awesome.
I don't know if can I still put on the camera real quick. So we're doing a little bit interesting thing. The software, there was an update on the software today, and it's messed it up. So we're doing like no hole cards, and we're kind of guessing and commentating on that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Is
so
this him?
yeah, that is him. So we have a special guest in our booth. Just jumped in, just came all the way down from Chata. 6th place finish.
6th place finish.
That's so
72K.
awesome.
This is one of your biggest tournaments you've played in, correct?
This is only my 3rd tournament I've played in, I think. But yeah.
What a sicko.
Okay, so
yeah, I normally don't play tournaments.
yeah, so you were.
So largest score, I'm assuming.
Huh?
Largest score?
Yeah, it was a good score, 72K. Didn't know what to expect. It's funny because I don't play tournaments, but this year I said I committed myself that I wanted to play 24 live tournaments.
And is this your first one of the year?
My first one of the year.
It's a pretty good start.
What?
Yeah,
That's so awesome.
now that my son is actually crawling around, I can travel a little bit more. But somebody was asking me what my financial goal was for tournament. And this is a serious answer. It was break even. Because, it can be so volatile playing tournaments. And I was just like, look,
high variant.
I budgeted $70K worth of buy-ins. If I can break even and just gain the experience by the end of the year, You know what I mean? That would be a big win for me. So to
So
go
now,
one
are
for
you
one,
gonna play 140K's worth of buy-ins, or are you
No,
just
no.
gonna?
It'll
Oh,
be
okay.
the, it'll be the
Still
same.
7K.
Pretty much, I want to play like everything between 2 to 5K and maybe a couple of smaller ones. But
Yeah.
I think any main event that's between 1,700 and 5K would be perfect.
It's awesome.
So
Like,
tell
that's
us
what
about
we
your
do.
experience with a big turkey, especially going to a 3-day tournament.
Yeah, it was exhausting, but
Because you're used to play, you can play cash sessions for 4 or 5 hours and then you're done.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And so, 12-hour, 13-hour days, Thursday, and then
Yeah.
yesterday, and then
Yeah.
today was what, 5 hours, 6 hours?
I lasted about 6 hours.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like, talk about the mental grind.
It's tough, but there's so much adrenaline going on, and maybe I was yawning the first day, but by day 2 it was like serious business.
Yeah.
You're paying attention and you're trying to stay awake. Of course, I'm sure the Starbucks downstairs was pretty helpful.
Yeah.
But it was great. There's so much adrenaline involved, and I met one of my friends who's a tournament crusher, and he was like, it feels good, right? You feel like you're high, right? It's like better than crack, right? And his whole thing was just, there's nothing like it. And again,
Yeah.
this guy's a crusher. He could be playing, cash and do very well, but he just loves traveling and playing tournaments. And now I get why.
There's a lot of adrenaline involved in crushing tournaments, and I always tell people who say, "Oh, I hate tournaments." I was like, "You've never won one."
Yeah.
And they go, "No."
If-
And I was like,
Or
"Well,
ne- or
there you
made-
go."
yeah, never made a
Once
deep
you
run, so,
once
yeah.
once you've hit a 5-figure score, or sometimes even the 6-figure score, you're just you're in, you're hooked.
Yeah.
And it's unlike anything else you feel at a cash table. You can make 100K in 3, 4, 5, 6 months grinding cash. We know that that's possible, but
Yeah.
it's like the 100K score in a single poker tournament is
Yeah,
the
it's
best
sick.
feeling ever. It's
It is. And the funny thing was, like, I wasn't even financially motivated by the tournament. I just wanted to win so
Right.
bad. You know what I mean?
100%.
And,
The first deep ring event that I ever went to, I got second, and I remember me and the other gentleman, we did not want to chop because we just wanted the win.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so we wouldn't
Oh, I
accept
was-
either
exactly.
deal because we both wanted the win.
I walked in there. I was like, I'm not chopping no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
want the
No
win.
chop. We have a no chop policy in our household.
We do. But Matt, congrats on
Congrats, man. Is there a
thank
seat? I think a seat's going to open very soon.
Cool. I'm excited to play.
Yeah, so you can go out there, grind the 1-2 streets for a little bit, like the good old days, or you can hang out here with us, whatever you want to do.
whatever you feel like. In
Yeah.
fact, I might actually dip out and use the
Ladies' room?
yes.
All right. So what do you have next on your agenda in terms of tournaments?
Next month, I'm traveling to North Carolina. We're
Cherokee?
Gonna do it. Yeah, we're going to do Cherokee,
Okay.
another WSOP circuit
Yeah.
event. I'm looking forward to it. I want to run it back.
Was it what you expected, or yes or no?
I didn't know what to expect, so I
Right.
wasn't sure, like I didn't really have any expectations. I will say that the tournament was run fairly well.
Yeah.
Most of the people I've met were excellent.
Yeah.
The players most of the players were from Texas.
Yeah.
So, we share a similar set of personality traits. But no, I thought the dealers did their job very well. The floor was, doing their best to manage the mayhem. I guess the only thing I didn't expect was, there's just so many spots in tournaments that unless you study them, you're not going to know.
Right.
And so for me, I didn't know the basic stuff. I didn't know that you can look up seat assignments and know who's exactly sitting around you.
Yeah.
So I'm watching people on their phones, and they're like, "Oh, you're sitting to my right, or you're sitting to my left," and I'm like, "How do you know this?"
Yeah.
And it's on the website. You know?
Yeah.
And, so I don't know basic stuff like that. Final table time management. Time management is never a thing for live cash.
Right.
So you learn these concepts along the way, and the whole thing is just trying to get better.
Did you do any tournament studying before this?
No.
So you just relied
I
on
have
your
never
cash.
studied tournament ever.
So you just relied on your cash experience, your
Yeah, 'cause,
intuition.
a lot of it, and then you learn along the way.
Right,
Like,
right.
You watch, like, you just need to absorb information really quick. Like, you see what other people are doing, and you pick up little
Yeah.
tidbits. And poker's still poker. There's some stuff that I just can't watch and learn. Like, I need somebody to sit down and teach me. But
Right.
For the most part, poker's poker, and you just try to find spots and try to win pots that you should be winning.
Right.
So
It was funny because I was at dinner with Chris, actually Kim and Hayden on Thursday, and I think you sent him a text like, you had like 17 big blinds, and you were like, oh, like, 17 big, 17, get down to 17 big
And
blinds.
he was like, 17 big blinds is a whole lot.
I was like, that's a lot.
I didn't realize. Yeah, I didn't realize. Like, okay, that's something I didn't realize. Like, 18 bigs, I didn't realize how much more poker there was to go.
Yeah, with
You
18
know?
big blinds, yeah. 8 to 10 big blinds is when you can kind of start to worry a little bit, but 18, I'm like, that's plenty. Like,
Yeah,
you can
I
open
mean-
fold, you can,
Yeah, there was a particular spot that I was in, and I probably had like around 15 bigs left to
Yeah.
go, and it's a multi-way pot. The pot is getting big, and I flop a flush draw, and I just wasn't sure what the priority should be. Should
Yeah.
the priority be to realize my equity for cheap?
Yeah.
And if so, all I'm doing is passively calling.
right.
Or is my priority to try to win is my priority to respect ICM and not get eliminated before the other guy? Because every single elimination adds like 20 to 30K
Right,
to the
right.
prize. So I didn't want to get eliminated next. I wanted to make 22 more K.
Yeah.
But
I think it was a big factor at final table. Especially
Yeah.
the way WSOP runs their tournaments, it's really top heavy, final table heavy.
Yeah.
So like ICM comes into play. There's this video I'll send to you. There's the guy. So, Kim's husband Hayden's on seat 8. Do you know who Danny Marks is?
I heard of the name. Yes.
Yeah. So he won Choctaw this past summer. He had sent us a video before main, because I know you were telling me when I was talking to you, you used the GTO wizard
Yeah.
for the solver side, and he sent us this video that came out about a week or two ago about how we've been implementing ICM incorrectly for tournaments. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
It was pretty long. It was like 40 minutes long, and I listened to it, and I'm like mind blown.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
So you're actually supposed to take ICM like a lot earlier in a tournament than you think. Even before the money bubble.
Yeah,
I was like,
got it.
oh wow, that's interesting. So I never thought of it from that perspective.
Yep.
And we were joking in our text message thread that, man, we were ICM punting way too early in the tournament than we should be. So, yeah. So apparently you're supposed to be taking ICM significantly earlier, taking it more into consideration earlier in a tournament than you would have thought.
Yep.
I don't know if Kim watched that. Remember that link that Danny sent us in our thread about ICM? Oh, you probably didn't watch it. I watched it. So
Yeah, share that with me. I'd love to watch.
yeah, for sure. So got Jaywin here. So tell us, okay, how long have you been playing poker? How long have you been affiliated with poker coaching? You've been doing. I've watched some of your coaching sessions. I watched a lot of your coaching sessions from in poker coaching. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
I started. I mean, look. Other than like the $5 charity tournaments that I did twice in college and a little tiny bit of online play, I first started playing in November of 2019.
Okay.
And then I signed up for my first Texas card room and had my first Vegas experience in also December 2019.
Okay.
And as soon as I started, I fell in love with the game and I started playing like a lot. I started playing almost full-time hours. Right
Okay.
away.
Really?
Oh, we're still on camera.
Yeah. Oh,
Can we not do that anymore?
Yeah.
Thanks.
we're not on full time camera anymore because we're still transition action. All right. There you go.
Okay.
And then in terms of poker coaching, they reached out to me, I think, in April of 2020. So April of 2022. So last year. And by then I'd been playing was it like a year and a half or 2 years and a half, whatever, or 2 years and a half. And then they reached out to me, and then I joined the team.
Nice.
But I tend not to do a lot of things, but the things that I care about, I tend to put all my time into it.
Right.
So poker became that thing for me.
Well, this is an interesting spot. Habib bet 500 and Mustafa's in for 1,100 barely. It looks like 1105. So it would be very interesting if Habib decides to fold. I do know they're friends, and I know that Habib might just assume that like all his two pairs and stuff are like just crushed here. But I think we gotta click the call button with most of our hands, unless we have just I don't know,
if
9,
you're live
10
at
of
all.
spades or something. Maybe we could fold. But even then, it's like what? Sometimes we beat ace. We have outs against ace king or something. Oh, he's got an ace. He shows ace of spades. He just assumes that his aces.
Just snap call him and get it over with.
Yeah, I don't see how you can fold here.
You gotta give up that $600. Wow. Oh, and he just shows one. Jack of Hearts. Is that what we saw? Yeah.
Yep.
Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts. Even better.
Could have like Queen Jack of Hearts, Queen Ten of Hearts. Oh no, okay. It was 7, 8, Ace.
Did you see him do folded ace?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ace of Spades. Yeah.
Yep, we got to see it. Yeah, so I think we might need to just call there because if he just has the try Queen of Hearts, we're doing okay. What happened to our chat?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, we've had a lot of technical difficulties tonight. We never had this issue happen before.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's not even working. Yeah.
Just wondering if we could.
So Eric is very good friends with the software developer.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy was actually watching our live stream
Yep.
in Australia and saw us crash twice.
Oh no, yeah.
And so he's actually not right now in the background, but he's working on a software update to fix the software update for the day. So,
Okay.
but
Yeah, we needed. It reminds me of the Apple updates on the phone, where like you update your phone and then immediately everything stops working, and then suddenly there's another update the next day. They're like, "Oh crap! Well, you just released an update that screwed everything up." But
OFC is not Sean, is it?
that is
Yes.
Sean.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
I love his profile picture. It looks a little like Andrew Tate, doesn't it?
It does a little bit.
he's just a badass all around.
So who's crushing it tonight?
Bow.
Bao, which is
Habib.
Yao
Okay.
Yao's friend.
Yao and
also.
Bao, eh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
They play our PLO streams because we run a weekly PLO stream here as well.
Yep. Okay.
So, and you're not a PLO guy, right?
No, I just barely learned the game. I'm
Yeah.
like barely learning the game.
How long is the drive for you to come up?
From Austin to here?
3.5 hours.
Yeah, 3.5 hours. Sounds
Yeah.
about right.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome. The three of us, we're actually moving into a 3,800 square foot house in
Huge.
another month. We'll
Good
have
for
a
you
spare
guys.
room. You can come up,
10 minutes
I
away
love
from
it.
here.
play the
You guys are
game
the
with
best.
sometimes.
No, you guys are seriously the best.
We just,
Yeah, Kim was texting him. He's like, "Hey," because I live with them, and she's like, "Just give up your room to Jay and stay somewhere." I'm like, "That's cool."
wait a minute. That is not how that conversation went down. Oh, yeah, we're booting you. And no, I just, Ed is the best. He could sleep in a closet if
I could
you
sleep in
made
here
him
on the
do
ground.
it. Yeah, he's just,
I'm the
first
same
of
way
all,
too.
He can sleep anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's not even about like making him give up a room. It's just like if you can sleep anywhere, like let someone sleep in your bed.
Yeah.
But
I'm super easy. Like you can throw me in a closet and I'll pass out.
yeah, I used to be like that until I have the spine of a 80-year-old lady.
So okay, I saw that one video because I'm a big fan of your vlog for the record, and I'm subscribed and I follow and I watch a lot of your shorts and all that stuff. I remember specifically watching the video where you had announced that you left your 180K job to pursue poker.
Yep.
What went into that?
Yeah.
What went into that decision making? What made you decide to take the leap? And
Yeah, I think there was several different catalysts. Like at my job, I was an executive for a growing marketing company, and I had control over the books.
Okay.
And one thing I realized that, like, you hear about this all the time, but it's the moment where I just had several realizations at once. And one of them, early on that year, actually, when we closed out the year, I just realized how much I work.
Right.
And yeah, my salary and all that stuff was good, but it's never going to be like great.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's never going to correlate with how much I accomplish for the company. Like there's always just going to be a ceiling.
Right.
And I thought that short term the pay was great and everything like that, but long term it's just not going to grow with the level of experience I'm able to bring. And obviously I could jump jobs and everything like that. But between the fact that I had wanted to go off on my own and do my own thing and not work for someone else.
Right.
My wife had just gotten pregnant. There was just like so much things that happened at once, and I was just like, I don't want to work here anymore, and I'm just gonna go full time. But this was actually closer to January, and my wife was like, okay, so we have plenty of data, but why don't you play for 6 more months, but try to do it as if you were full time?
Right.
Meaning, I would
While
take
you're
off-
still working.
Right, because I would just take a lot of vacations. Like I had built so much vacation from not taking a lot of time off, so I would just take 2 weeks off here, 2 weeks off there, and I would treat it like as if I was a full-time poker player. I
Okay.
would wake up, I would do my studying thing, and then I would go play. After that, I'd go home, review hands, dinner. Like I would just treat it like I was full-time.
Okay.
And then I was like, no, I really like this. Like, I like the schedule. I like having a lot more autonomy. I like, like, I like eating what I sow. I don't want handouts. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, if I do good, then great, I get paid. If I don't do well, then I don't get paid. Like, I like that meritocracy system.
Right.
And it just ended up working great, and I'm still doing it.
That's awesome, though. Like, it's a great test. I actually, when Hayden and I started transitioning that way, we did the same thing where we were just like, all right, when we know we can afford to pay all the bills with the money that we are making from poker,
Yep.
then we can quit our jobs. And you just go with that. And and in my opinion, like some people, like initially when we first did that transition, we weren't necessarily making, a massive income. We were just replacing the one that we had.
Right.
And it's just like one of those things where, like, do I think that grinding cash games, like, can we make millions? I mean, yes, possibly. And as you rise up in stakes, it's possible. But, like, in theory, you're still just making a certain hourly rate. And some people are like, well, Kim, you're so talented and smart. You could do this, and this and make, a huge 6-figure income doing whatever. And I'm just like, but I get to do what I love.
Yeah.
So I would do what I love for an average income over taking an above average income doing something that I, don't love. And
absolutely.
but the dream is about poker is there's no ceiling. If
That's
you
right.
just go for it and you work and you study, just depends on what your goals are,
Yeah.
So.
And I love the thing about the pay. Like, there was a certain point where I was making more money playing poker, so it was just like a really easy transition for us. But if things went well, because there was plenty of other more experienced guys, they were like, well, you haven't gone through your first downswing yet. And so I was like, okay, cool. Like, my equilibrium between going poker and making a certain income and going back to my old type of career was, if I can make more than half of what I got paid in my last job, I will still do poker.
Yeah.
So, like, I already had that number.
You already knew.
Like,
What the floor
90K gross is still plenty to do everything that I want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not going to really, change my lifestyle that much. You know what I mean? Because, like, most of the money we make now, like my wife and I, we just keep it in savings. It's not like we spend a lot.
Yeah.
We own most of the stuff that we have. So it's like, we're not really, like, we don't, I mean, eventually I guess we want a bigger house or whatever. But, like, we're pretty content with our lifestyle. We don't really skim out on much. And
your kid is young, so you don't have to.
It's not like crazy expenses, right?
Yeah. So it's just, I just, there is no financial value on doing what you love, and that's all there is to it. Like I eat, drink, sleep, poker. And that's what I love. I would do it for minimum wage as long as it could pay the bills. So minimum wage doesn't pay the bills, so I need to make more. And so as long as the floor is that I'm paying the bills with a relative amount of, savings and investment money for the future of my daughter, that's it. And we have similar age children, so I know our goals are similar. And it's just, but isn't it great just doing what you love and apparently being good at it? Good for you.
Now, here's a question for you. Does it feel like work?
There are so many days where it definitely feels like a job.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, it's just like being a server. If you don't show up to work, you make $0. So you got to show up. And but I make it a rule, and I've made it a rule with Hayden as well. It's just like, if you can't wake up and go walk into a poker room and plan on winning and feel like a winner, then take the day off.
Yeah, right.
You got to go in with a winning mindset and know that, yes, it is your job to show up every day. And I tell them whenever I feel super unmotivated, I'm like, I could always go back to being a poker dealer.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, hell no. All right. I will go in and go do my job.
Yeah.
And you just sit and you grind poker and you let the cards and your skill level speak for itself, and you just go in and you do the grind. And the beauty of it is that, like, some people require that they play 40 hours a week. I've never required that out of myself. I have like an expectation of what I want my income to look like. And if there are days and weeks where I can afford to take extra time off to be with my child or go on a vacation or do whatever, then I'm going to do that. And then on weeks and months where you've got to like bust your butt and show up and do work, then we do that too.
Yeah.
So.
So interesting hand here. All in call Ace King from Mustafa, or is that Galoo? I think that's Mustafa, or it's Galoo, and then let's see. Five. Oh wow.
I don't know. This is going to be an ugly one. One of us is severely behind.
Mustafa gonna get back in the mix a little bit here.
All right.
All right.
Wow. What
Jay,
Fortunately for Galoo, Mustafa didn't have that much money, because that could have been very painful.
So okay, someone asked, what was your worst experience from last year?
Worst experience. Like,
Poker. I'm assuming that's
what's
poker.
his worst poker experience?
Yeah, poker experience.
The worst.
Oh no, someone's asking for the camera to get moved. We're still on camera.
No, they wanted me to put the camera at the block
Top right.
to block that, because they were seeing that. What's it called?
They're seeing the green thing.
No, the top. They didn't want to see the software stuff, so I blocked it with the camera. That's what they meant.
Wait, they can still see us?
Yeah.
I don't want them to see us.
Okay, fine.
What?
All right,
Oh
Matt
my
Professor
gosh.
saying you're an experienced learner, not a book learner. All right. So tell us
I've
what
been
your
picking
worst.
my nose and stuff. Like, what on earth? Oh my god.
Okay, so your worst poker experience, and let us know what your goals are for 2023, and you can leave the booth, and if you want, play some cash or whatever.
Gosh, I've had so many great experiences. I really don't remember the negative ones. I think the downswings are the really tough ones. I'm about to put out an income video on YouTube, so it'll go more into depth, like my ups and downs, what my chart, what my graph looks like last year, and ultimately how much I made, all that good stuff.
I love that you're so transparent about that
And I'm
stuff.
gonna post your.
I think I'll stop this year though.
What's that?
Well, it is tough.
Yeah.
You do need
I
to
don't
be
wanna-
very careful with that stuff.
Yeah,
too.
especially now I have a kid, and I'm just,
Yes.
we've just been thinking about security a little differently.
Right.
But I think worst experience is like, I'll give you one example, which anybody who plays poker can really appreciate. So you'll kind of see my graph, and like the first 90 days it's almost flat, meaning I'll make 30K, lose 30K, and it's just like up and down, up and down, up and down. And then I go through a downswing for about a 90-day period. I didn't make any money. It was just like, again, up and down, up and down, up and down. So it's just like my graph is just going up and down and then sideways and maybe a tiny bit up, but I'm like
Like
barely,
a heartbeat. Boop, boop,
yeah,
boop,
it just
boop,
looks
boop, boop.
it looks horrific. And I remember telling my wife, I was like, I think I'm gonna quit. Like I can't do this. And
This was last year?
this was last year.
Like what?
This was just
months,
last year.
do you think?
This was specifically in the month of April.
Wow.
April and May. And I think for context too, like we've barely been sleeping. My son was just born
Oh,
in April.
gosh,
So there was a lot
that
going on, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And I remember at that
I
time,
remember those days.
my coach was like, he only coached me like an hour a week, and we just ended up spending a lot more time together.
What?
You saw Carlos had a full house.
Yeah.
Didn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, the long story short of it is, you know, I brought on more coaches to get my mind right. A lot of it was mental game. A lot of it was, you know, me putting the burden on the world on my shoulders when poker doesn't need to be that. It just needs to be one hand at a time. And
You just said that, right?
So yeah, so that wasn't my worst downswing of the year, but it was about a 40K downswing, and then I went then my graph just went straight up like 130K. So like it was just a really nice upswing, and
I would just,
very much needed
I'll
that.
give you another reason for why your graph spiked is I remember joking with people, and I posted on Facebook one day, and I don't remember if you remember this post, but I said, everyone tells you having your first child is so hard. And of course, in theory, you're thinking to yourself, of course I know that. Sounds hard. We don't think it's going to be easy. But I said, no one tells you that the lack of sleep makes you want to die.
Yeah.
You literally just like wake up hearing your child screaming and crying, or your wife is taking care of the baby and you still can't sleep, and you literally just want to die. You just like go, I can't take it anymore. I just need 3 hours of solid sleep. Please stop crying. Please, someone save me. It's the lack of sleep is so brutal. And that's the part, like once you get out of that phase, you realize, okay, life is easier to deal with than you think, but in those moments, the lack of sleep is deadly
Yeah.
to everything, and especially if you're trying a new career. And I can't imagine trying to be a new professional poker player after right at that beginning phase, because I mean, I already at least had the confidence to know that I could do it, but in those moments, I just felt like, could I do anything? Like, I'm not even sure I'm capable, but that's awesome.
That's a good point. If you have a friend that's like that just gave birth to a child and you want to know what to get him or her, like the couple, consider just going there and telling them to take a nap while you do. Like, that is better than anything
Oh
else
my
you can
gosh!
buy.
Anything like you just like extra on top of it, whatever, is you go over and you just say, I will spend the night with your kid, and you just go to the hotel room and you get 8 to 10 hours of sleep, and then come back, and I promise your kid will be fed and clothed and whatever. I mean, the sleep is so amazing. Like you said, even the 2 or 3 or 4 hours in the day, and like as a mom, you would never ask your friend to do that.
You
but
don't know
it's
how to.
the thing
Like,
that if anyone offered to do that at the beginning, I would just be like, wait, what? You're gonna let me? Like, you even if you just go in the other room, you just say, hey, I'm gonna take the baby. You go to your room and know that if he or she is crying, that you don't have to deal with it. I will take care of all the child's needs for the next 4 or 5 hours, and you get some rest. You're right. That would be clutch.
Yeah.
And also, it makes like a couple like not want to murder each other, because that's the big thing. Like, you just pretty much want to kill the other person for the lack of sleep, but it's really not the other one's fault.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
Right. Whose chips are these?
Those are mine.
Is it yours?
Yeah.
Can I buy them?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go look for some cash games.
Yeah.
I think it's stole a chip.
How are we looking on this table?
I got a couple. So the two
Anybody
guys
running low?
The two guys the two guys that I said were low are still. One of them picked up some chips, and we're about to find out.
Oh, good for them.
Okay, last question for you in the booth, and then we'll let you play some cash. What does Jaywin think the most important thing to keep in mind while playing poker now?
The most important thing to keep in mind while playing
Just
poker.
wanting like a mindset advice, I think.
I think here's a good thing think about when you play poker. When you have to make a decision, what's the decision you're making and why? And if you think about that for every single play that you do, you'll learn a lot about what you know about poker and what you need to work on. And the goal isn't to know everything about poker, it's just to be aware of what you don't know so you can go home and work on that spot. But I think most players, what's going to happen is they make a decision and they don't know why, and they never have like the awareness to actually think about that, and hence they actually never get better over time, right? And so what is the most important thing? When you're faced with a decision, what is the decision you're making and why? And what is the process that goes into that? I think that would be the most important thing.
Perfect. All right, we're going to let you go play some cash. Hopefully a seat. No, obviously you'll know if a seat pops up. I already told Eric that.
Yep.
So if you wanted to grab those and give me cash, or just go up to the cage and get them, it doesn't matter. So whatever you want.
Perfect. Eddie, Kim, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll see you guys
This
in the
is
outside.
awesome.
Yeah, thank you for coming by
We
again.
really look forward to having you in the future.
Yeah,
For sure.
Hey, I plan on being here,
Yeah.
2, 3, maybe 4
And congratulations.
days a month.
Yeah, congratulations on your nice little score there.
Yeah. Wait.
What a great start to the year. We had that last year, actually. Hayden in January spiked 4th place in this same event in January, and he managed a 100K score.
That was like 121, right, or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. Ask my accountant.
Yeah. Well, but that was so sick. He got in Ace King versus Ace King, and the guy.
Oh, yeah. He lost Ace King to Ace King for all the chips. It's a bust. Yeah, and that's how he
Runner
busted.
flush.
I'd rather lose to queens, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think just Ace King to Ace King, you're just...
You just think
I'm pretty sure Hayden was suited too, and the other guy had 2 suits.
Hayden had Ace King of diamonds. Don't ask me why I remember that.
Yeah. Because it was gross.
Yeah. Whatever you want. Just.
All right, let's see what's going on here. Habib is still got 14K. That's awesome.
Yeah, he still got Galoo and Mustafa's picked up some chips here a little bit. But Galoo, Dwayne's kind of holding on to his chips a little bit.
OC's playing a short stack tonight.
Yeah, and it could be. I wonder if it's a function of. Well, you've seen OFC play, and he doesn't usually play off a short stack. So
He definitely he says he punishes himself if he doesn't think he's playing his best game and makes himself play shorter stacks.
okay, that's fair. Now, did you ever answer that question about topping off, adding on that Dory had earlier?
No, not yet. Dory's busy sweating the Cowboys game, so we'll wait. How's that game going, guys? Tell me the score.
Interesting river card here. Brings in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A little blocker type bet here by Carlos 300 and the 560. Interested to see what Galoo's going to do here.
That was a nice surprise to have Jay win in.
Yeah, I didn't even see him text me, by the way. Oh, he said he's here.
All right. Carlos takes down a pot, shows a 10. Oh, interesting.
Queen 10.
Maybe.
I remember.
Maybe some thin value with ace 10 or something like that.
It was a very similar run that Carlos had against Hayden at TCH down the road.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know the hand I'm talking about.
Yes.
Where Carlos said the river, and I think Hayden had like queens or kings or something like that, and the river became a 4-liner to a straight, and Hayden ended up folding there. So. Has Hayden added on, or is that all profit? I don't know.
I have no idea. I don't like to ask. I just want to.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Oh, so you got to refresh this, huh? These stacks are old.
It won't refresh because I think it's because we're.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
We don't get any stats. Well, I really appreciate the 18 viewers that are hanging out with us. I feel very sad and frustrated that this stream turned out this way. I know that there was some high expectations for tonight, and maybe that's my fault. We definitely advertised this as something completely different, but I hope that you guys got at least some version of entertainment value and some helpful tips. We'll definitely have to try this again
For
in
sure.
the future.
All right. So
All right. Oh, everybody. Oh, no. Bow's not in. Okay. So Rick bets 175 on this turn, and
Apparently
Carlos
it's
calls.
some sort of. Okay, so this brings out a 4-liner now. The flush draws miss, both spades and diamonds. Rick could have been betting the turn with some sort of combo draw. I hope you guys enjoyed Jalen's little treat. He texted me on his way back saying, so the whole story, a lot of these players wanted to run back Friday stream. So some of those characters, there was a miscommunication today on some stuff. So that's, there's some multiple parties, including myself, to blame for that. But one of the parties from Friday got an excuse because he had made day 3.
Yes,
and
that's
final
awesome.
table. So
Yeah.
he got a pass. He didn't have to give us an excuse, and ended up finishing 6th in the main event. His 3rd tournament ever, his first WSOP event ever, finishing 6th for a nice little score there. So kudos to him.
So anyone in the chat interested in playing a ROE game on Friday? We're considering putting one together. So if you guys are interested at
That game
all,
will take off I have to do is post about it and it'll take off.
Yeah,
One through
I
five.
think we should do 1, 2, 5 and 2, 5 with the optional 10.
For sure.
Hold them. So that's my opinion. I really we want to keep it
Yeah.
a friendly game. It's definitely going to be action packed. Don't get me wrong, but I don't even know if I'll play the game. I'm thinking about commentating it only. So
Oh, you're talking about a live stream?
yeah,
Oh, that sounds fun.
yeah, you could even play.
That sounds fun.
I think you would enjoy it. I think I was going to suggest that you and Hayden play.
Not after my Aces hand yesterday, after that we talked about this morning.
Yeah, it's interesting, huh?
Yeah.
But we kind of want to keep it to a level where people who are, what's happening here? Oh, they're trying to show us what won. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't stress about it, guys. Like, this stream is just whatever.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Trying to bring a different flavor tonight. So
I was even thinking we could just do 1-3 PLO, 1-3 Hold'em. That game is just awesome with like a 1,500 cap buy-in.
yeah.
Just a for fun. Anyone who wants to learn both games.
Yeah.
Dub Research Records says, I have a serious question. Have you guys considered what you'll do if the current legal battle happening in Texas kills the Texas poker houses? I don't think the current legal battle will do anything other than help the current legal situation of Texas poker. They're either going to have to come in and shut down every single room in the state of Texas because their argument is that poker rooms are illegal based on Texas state law. So Dallas can't argue that the rooms are illegal in Dallas unless they say they're illegal in Houston, unless they say they're illegal in Austin.
In San Antonio.
And
Yeah,
San Antonio and all these places where the rooms have been operational for years and paying taxes based on a legal business model, a recognized business model.
Right.
So I think more than likely regulation or proper taxation is going to happen. I personally would bet on that side rather than the rooms getting shut down. What do you think?
That's a tough one because I agree with you. It's going to be tough. Let's say they were to shut them down because really you're only seeing it in the Dallas area. You're not seeing any threat of litigation in San Antonio, Austin, or Houston. Now, with that being said, there was a lawsuit that was brought up by the Houston representative that actually represents Legends, but he was getting a lot of negative feedback from his constituency because of a lot of the shootings that occurred in the Legends parking lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about
Yeah,
that.
so that happened 4 to 6 weeks ago. So I've actually read the petition, but not the petition. The bill.
Yes, but that's not happening in the other cities. That's relative to Houston, correct?
No, that's relative to the state.
No, but I'm saying like they're using precedents based on one individual city and their problems.
No, so he introduced a bill to get all the card rooms in Texas to get shut down.
Okay.
Right, but I've been hearing that it's not.
But he's using data from the Houston
correct
violence.
Specifically as a result from his constituency representing the district that's where Legends is. So yes, to your point. With that being said, you're only actually seeing potential litigation at the city county level in the Dallas area outside of the Watauga issue. It would be very tough for the city of Dallas or the county to potentially shut down some of these rooms because there would be some ramifications across the state of Texas between all the rooms. So I think it's going to be difficult to get these rooms to shut down at a statewide level.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm banking on.
That was a long-winded answer.
Seems like you're agreeing with me.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think it's just going to be it would just be difficult just for a number of different reasons. But, Okay, so did he show both cards?
Yes.
So again, thanks to picked up a few viewers.
Yeah, 29. Boom.
So this was not how
No
we
one's telling me the Cowboys game
Yeah.
score. I need to look this up. What's the Cowboys?
Yeah, Tammy. So Tammy's in the chat. Got to see Jay-Win at the final. You just missed it, Tammy. Jay-Win was in the booth with Kim and I for about 15, 20 minutes. So he's actually in the room concurrently as we speak. He actually texted me as he was driving back and said he wanted to see if we were still playing. Probably a seat will be open, available to him here. So he's here in the room. We're going to grind some 1-2 until the seat opens up at this table. But you guys have stuck hard with us. I'm going to give you guys like 2,000 points.
Wow.
Yeah, Eric doesn't like it when I'm in the booth because he gives away them in like 250, 500. And I come to the
That's so
conclusion.
stingy.
I know.
You're the accountant. You're supposed to be stingier.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm Texas Oprah. Everybody gets points. All right, for those of you joining the chat, again, this is not how we intended the stream to go with no whole live cards. Again, there was a issue with a software update, so we're kind of just having a little fun tonight. Gonna have no whole cards, kind of guess the action based off how players are playing. We haven't really done that in the past 20 minutes because Jay, when was in here, we were just talking about poker in general. But let's get to it for the last half hour here. See what
Bao and his Jack 5-5 Jack flops boards.
I mean,
He just always has it, huh?
Even ace
And a
highs.
7.
You could have like ace highs there, and
No, but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
it's similar board.
Yeah.
But I am happy to do, another question or two for the Ask Me Anything. We've started and stopped several questions. So whatever you guys think you feel is most important to your poker growth, feel free to enter them in the chat, and I'll try to address some of them. Mad Professor says murder is bad. Yes, I would venture to agree with that. Murder is bad. Bao limping in for 50. Well, that corner is a little bit dead, huh? Hayden and OFC haven't really done much.
Yeah, it's really funny because OFC is usually very, very active, and he usually has more than that in his stack. So for him to not do that, add more chips.
All right, this is a lot of action. That King of Hearts should be a good card for somebody, given that there are 3
Bao
players
gonna
in the
block-
hand.
Gonna block bet 75 into 450. Interesting. OFC with the snap call there. Queen of Diamonds. It does bring a straight draw like Jack 10, but shouldn't really be floating.
Looks like Bao's trying to get some thin value with something. It looks like an ace of some kind.
OFC doesn't even know what to do with that bet.
Yeah, he's just like, whatever's.
Does he have Jack 10?
No, OC has ace jack, so
Okay.
who knows what the other hand was? Apparently,
Bao just trying to
Nothing.
like.
I'm trying to guess who Mad Professor is. Do
Yeah, I
you
don't
know
either.
who that is? Who are you, Mad Professor? Do you want to tell us?
I've seen him.
I've definitely seen him in the chat
Yeah.
before.
Is the chat on a 1-minute delay?
No,
They're live.
you told me that they were live. I'm assuming they're live.
I thought we were live, but I'm not 100% positive.
Maybe they're not because we're not getting any answers about the football game.
Right. Does anybody have any more questions for Kim?
No more questions. They're questioned out. They want to know when they get a real live stream.
Later this week, for sure.
Okay, let's see. The Cowboys won. No, that's old. Shoot.
You just slow rolled some people.
Yeah, sorry. Preseason. This is all bad. Okay. They're definitely gonna win. 24-0. Is that a thing? Is this a playoff game?
Yeah.
How are they beating the Buccaneers to 0?
Crushing the Buccaneers.
Wow.
Now, for the record,
No jinxie.
yeah, because the other day, the Chargers were up 27-0, and Jacksonville came back and won 31-30 for like the third largest comeback in NFL playoff history. So
That was a playoff game?
yeah,
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Oh, look at that. Somebody said thank you for the points, Eric.
oh, it's not
Is that,
Eric giving points.
is that insulting or what?
Eric does not give points away in the 4-digit round. That is only me.
You just got...
So I want to ask you a question, right? On boards like this, where there's flush draw straight to 4, like how, it's
tight. Should you be value betting?
yeah, or bluffing, right? Or you should never be bluffing on these boards.
What? Of course you can be bluffing,
Right.
but you need to do it in position with decent credibility. And in my opinion, you should just be careful to either... Here's the cool thing. If you're bluffing with 0 equity on this type of board, let's say you have ace, king of spades, and you're in position and they check to you. It's fine. You take a stab at this pot in position and everyone folds. It's great. If you get if you meet resistance, you basically have to shut it down. I just recommend that when you first start trying to put some bluffs into your game, you need to have some equity.
Gotcha.
I recommend starting with semi-bluffing,
Okay.
with equity, because when you bluff with equity, not only do you have a chance to just win, make the nuts or a value hand, you also block your opponent from having similar
Right.
drawing hands versus your hand, so that way they might fold, right? So semi-bluffing, let's start there. And then 0 equity bluffs, you should just only be doing it, I've said this before, but with a reasonable expectation that it's going to work.
Right.
People who just bluff because they're bluffing, they just feel like they need to bluff because they feel like in desperation, this is the only way I can win the pot. How many times have we all heard someone say
Right.
that? The only way I could win is to bluff. Well, you putting extra money in the pot with a hand that is just unlikely to win, if you are trying to bluff an opponent that is unlikely to fold, you're just dusting more money.
Right.
So you just need a reasonable expectation that your opponent is going to fold before you start bluffing.
Right.
I guess I just want to ask when you put a bluff up.
It was off the screen. See it?
I saw it. Carlos rivered straight on Hayden, and Hayden tank called.
Okay. I think that if we all asked ourselves before putting extra chips in the pot for a bluff, if the little devil or angel on your shoulder said, "Hey, psst, Ed, do you think this is really gonna work?" And you said, "No, I don't really think so."
Right.
And you did it anyway, like,
That's bad.
hello?
That's bad.
Or if the little guy says, "Yeah, my credibility is really good. I think he might fold."
Yeah.
And then you pull the trigger. And then if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's fine. That happens sometimes. But if it does work, you know that you had a decent idea that he was going to give you credit.
Right.
And then it works.
So
right?
I'll talk about, one of the things you and Hayden taught me is just bet your hand for value, and 1, 2, bet your hand for value, bet for value, bet for value, right? So I've been doing that. And so like there are spots against certain players, certain positions, certain boards, blah, 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 based off my hand where I'll overbet the pot for value.
Yeah.
Right, on turn and river.
For sure.
Because I know they're just never.
Yeah.
They're never effing folding ever.
And there's other people that if you ever overbet the pot, they're never paying you.
Yeah.
You should definitely
Use that to my advantage.
Yes.
Right. So.
That's knowledge that turns into money.
Right. And so I've been doing that, picking my spots. Every once in a while I'll get picked off, because they'll middle set and you just can't fold middle set on this board, right, kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, definitely didn't put you on the aim because I figured with a set you would have raised turn or check check raise or whatever. But, trying to find these spots to where I can get more value is, really important for especially these players. I would venture to say that a majority of these dedicated viewers for the stream are probably in the 1-2 play lower stakes, 1-2, 2-5, maybe smaller buy-in tournaments. And one of the important things for them to learn is to bet your hand for value. One of the things I used to do, and a lot of new players do, and a lot of players at the rec level do, they'll try to get fancy, trying to get tricky with their hands, and that's when you try to get trappy, and you can get yourself in a lot of trouble that way. So
I wouldn't even say a lot of trouble, but I mean, bet your hand.
Right.
If you're the kind of player that is betting a lot, you're going to get value a lot. If you're the kind of player who's tight and you're suddenly betting, then guess what? You're just not going to get action.
Right.
It's just so be the kind of player that bets your hand. Bets your hand, bets bluffs, bets thin value. Just bet your hand. Now, that being said, out of position, you need to be careful with the types of hands you are betting. There are several types of hands you bet. You bet hands for thin value. You bet hands, I won't say to see where you're at. They're basically betting hands that you believe to be value, and when facing resistance, you might have to reevaluate. Is this a value hand? Is this a bluff? Is this a hand we can fold? I just think that there are all kinds of different hands, and there's all kinds of different sizes, and there's all kinds of things we're trying to accomplish. As Jaywin said when he was in here, let's ask ourselves, what are we trying to accomplish?
Right.
Are we betting for value? Are we betting for thin value? Are we over betting for full pot or over pot value? Are we bluffing? And are we trying to pull a uber heroic bluff? I do recall a particular player that did that recently in a check raise all-in situation.
Yeah, I remember that. I believe that hand was somewhere like ace, 8 of diamonds.
Yeah, some crazy lunatic is trying to get someone to fold pocket kings and overpair on a queen high board. So I just
there
think
were 2 queens on the board.
Yes.
And you have all the queen X.
Yeah.
You have all the pocket 5s in the pockets, whatever the board was. But continue.
But the reality is you need to ask yourself what you're trying to accomplish, and then we go for that. Some people just bet to bet, and that is a super dangerous.
Super dangerous. I can tell now that I've played enough and learning a lot from you and Hayden. I'm like,
correct, Poker Monkey. That's exactly what we're saying.
I think they are actually behind on the live chat.
Oh my gosh, that makes sense because we're
way past all this.
Yes.
They could be on a 15-minute delay.
They're on a 15-minute delay?
They could be. We check something.
Gosh. Are they watching the hands 15 minutes later too? Or just listening to the commentary on 15-minute delay?
It's in the commentary, so let's see here. Let me check this real quick.
Oh no, this is crazy.
Yeah, it is what it is.
What is the point anymore? Oh gosh.
Yeah, this is definitely.
No, they're saying Texas Poker is here to stay.
Yeah, this is definitely 15 minutes ago. So for the record, I think Kim and I just realized we were 15 minutes.
No wonder nobody is responding to any of my questions.
Yeah.
Wow. I just feel super deflated right now.
Yeah.
What do we do? What do you do to give yourself a pep talk?
Yeah. So you guys are all on a 15-minute delay, and we just realized it.
So are they watching current hands, or what is happening? Are they watching it live but hearing our commentary 15 minutes later?
I don't know. I'm going to find out right now.
Okay, you go
I'm
listen.
I'm going to talk to Eric.
Go listen. No, just go tune in and listen. Go ahead. Don't hurt yourself. Sorry. And now he's leaving me. Don't leave for too long because I think the stream is about to be over. All right. Well, I don't really know what to say. I guess I'm going to just keep talking about the hands on the screen. Yeah, we have 29 viewers now. I don't even know what you might be listening to. I'm going to go ahead and open my YouTube, see what's happening here, and see. Oh my gosh. Oh no, you guys are 15 minutes behind. That's okay. I guess our conversation is probably making sense relative to the hands that are being played out, but our conversation is probably not making a ton of sense relative to the chat because we're probably answering questions not in real time. Or you won't actually hear our answers for 15 minutes, I guess. Wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Okay, well. I'm on so much tilt right now. Okay, I'm gonna use the restroom. I hope you decide what you're gonna do.
I think we're just gonna let it go, just let it play, and whatever. Let them watch.
Okay, well, how much longer is the stream gonna go?
About 15 minutes. So I'll wrap it up in here. No worries.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do this. This is crazy.
Yeah. Love the little sigh. I'm like, huh. I don't know what's going on, guys. So, yeah. Tomato, 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 tomato. All right, let's see. I'm just going to give you guys points. Tilting.
So that's on your side.
Yeah, I'll take over real quick. I'll get it real quick.
Yeah.
From the unit side.
Can you guys still see everything? Eddie just came and got me and said the stream wasn't working. Will you grab my phone? Thank you. Everything looks good on my side for, let's go look at this. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's go to the one that's live. Okay.
We don't have access. LeBron's on vacation. How about we do a party here? We gonna invite all the celebrities. See how out of control this party is?
It's a little lag, okay. But you can see the screen and everything? Yeah, I can see everything. Oh, I see what's going on. It's 15 minutes. And he shows an ace there. While I'm sitting in here, let me show you stack sizes. Oh. Yeah, that's not going to work because I can't show it that way. Let me get rid of this because I don't need it anymore. And let me pull up Action Tracker. And then pull up stack sizes. There you go. All right. And now I can put in, there we go. That's better. All right.
So I can't pull up the stats. We just have to do it a different way this time. So, all right. I'm going to pull up some stats for you guys. Let's take a look at stack size real quick. Rick and D-Dub above the 5K barrier, or the above the 5-digit barrier. Let's look at cumulative winnings, probably one of the more important stats for this evening. No one in particular a big winner. Habib and Bao currently down right now. Right. It's just womp womp womp. We do have a few minutes left in this chat. Let's take it home in style, Kim. As bad as this stream has been, we're good with it. We'll take it in stride.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yep.
This is me?
So we are on a 15-minute delay.
Yeah, so I just want to say I give mad props to Eric and Ed for as cheerfully tolerant
We're just
you
like,
guys
whatever.
were
We're just like,
throughout
whatever.
this whole disaster of a night. I mean, y'all didn't even know that there was like all these extra things. We had 10 players show up for 9 seats when,
yeah.
when what, 3 hours before the stream, we only had 7 players.
That's correct.
And so we were scrambling to get players, and people who were begging for seats weren't responding, and then people who said they were guaranteed to be in, you know, couldn't get to the bank because it was Monday and it was a holiday, and just lots of things like that. It was very stressful leading up to our arrival today. And then after arriving, then like I said, there were 10 seats. 10 players for 9 seats that all arrived at the exact same time. So we couldn't even like say, oh, you arrived last, so you don't get a seat. Everyone was here at the same time. And there was even an 11th person that thought they had a seat and was on the way, right?
Correct.
So we had to tell that person, no, you definitely don't have a seat. Please don't come. It's just one of those things, like with a like growing stream like this. I know that it's just part of the growing pains, but oh my gosh, the patience that you and Eric exude during all of this is really, really impressive. And I just want to say, as much as I've enjoyed helping this stream grow and whatever, I want to take a back seat, and I'm happy to play anytime you'll have me, but I'm done.
In the booth?
No, I will come back in the booth once in a while, but I'm happy to relinquish any production value I might have added before this, and just say that this is not for me.
Yeah,
dealing with this kind of stress is not for me.
Yeah, I actually, as interesting as it sounds, I actually
love it.
I like the managing the side.
You're an excellent player host too.
Yeah, I'm a good player host, and you know, I'm a good quote unquote like lead commentator in terms of.
Don't say quote unquote. You're an excellent lead commentator.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good.
No quote.
Yeah, but I'm not from the analytics side. You know, I'm still learning the technical side.
Nobody said that the lead commentator has to be the analyst.
Right, and so I think I'm really good at making anybody in here feel comfortable. I feel like I ask really good questions
100%.
that the viewers would want to know. And I feel like I ask questions that whoever's in the booth with me would feel comfortable answering, and trying to give their insight on how they do whatever it is poker related, whether it's actual playing certain hands, the growth of their game, mental side of things. So it's fun being on this side,
Yeah, and that's all I'm trying to say is, like, we're all built for different things,
right.
And you are clearly built to do this. And Eric is obviously incredible at what he does. And like I said, the amount of patience and effort and the clear-headedness that y'all have exercised throughout this disaster of a night, without like letting it bring you down, that's really impressive, because I'm a little bit deflated. I definitely had some different expectations, and
as did the most viewers.
Yeah, well, of course, and but you know what, you still made it pleasurable to be here, and obviously 26 people are tolerating our chat right now, and enjoying whatever version of poker they're getting right now. And I feel bad for asking any questions, because it's kind of like a slow roll, right?
Right.
Like, hey, what do you guys think? Just kidding. In 15 minutes, I'll answer you.
Yeah.
But I won't even answer them in 15 minutes. You guys don't see the chat for a few minutes after we type.
That's why they're saying we just
This is why you respond to old chat. Yes.
Yeah, that's why we're
just realizing that we're realizing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is an endless loophole of just poker disaster.
Yeah.
This is amazing. But
it's kind of funny at the same time.
it is funny. It is funny. I am excited, though, that all these Cowboys fans, it looks like they're going to get some good news here soon.
I know what you have. That's why I'm so comfortable to play. I have the rubber band that starts keeping. I know what you have. 100% I know. So very close to my hand. I know. That's why I'm so.
Oh, listen to this chat. It's funny.
He's gonna win because he has a small card.
Habib says that he knows what Hayden's hand is.
What I told you, Chick.
Oh, did he min raise?
No, he made it 500.
500. Okay.
He said that's bullshit. And Hayden just folds. That's awesome.
Ten check. Close. See,
I tell you what, this was a really good lineup. The good thing is a lot of these players know each other, so even with the live, I think these guys would still play without a live stream. The players here tonight, kind of, they could care less that there's a live stream. They just want to
I
play.
wouldn't say they could care less,
Yeah.
but they're very tolerant.
Yeah.
They realize that it's a growing stream and that things are still going to be messed up. But I think that they enjoy doing battle with each other, like you said. But Rena says, "Come back again, Kimmy. It was a really bad night." I know it was such a letdown, right, for the players that are.
Yeah.
Just real, they were really hoping for, a special game, some special commentary. I'm not gonna lie, Ed. I think we might have gotten the Choctaw crud because my throat is closing up.
Yeah.
How about yours?
I'm not feeling all that great.
Oh no.
I'm not running a fever.
No, I'm
but-
definitely not running a fever.
But I'm just like, when I
my
woke up this morning, I'm
throat
like,
is clogging up.
I don't want to do anything.
Oh man. All right. Well, you might not see us for a few days.
Yeah.
We need to get over this quickly.
Right.
Oh, which reminds me, one of us should stop and get Theraflu.
That is correct.
Theraflu is,
The bomb.
yes, it's such a great thing. Like, not everybody drinks it or does it. And I think it helps a lot. Ooh, it looks like a $100 straddle is on. Yes.
I think they know.
The 50, the 100 is on. Who knows? Chatting in the future, Matt Professor says. I love it.
I was trying to figure out, like,
I don't know if you're chatting in the future as much as we are commentating in the past.
right.
I mean, we're very
That's true.
confused. Someone's confused here.
I was trying to
There's a
figure
look-
out, and I was like, oh my gosh. I went back and listened to it when you told me to, and
Oh
I was like,
no, it's
"Hi."
bad. It's
Yeah,
so bad.
It's okay.
Oh, Val just ripped. Oh my gosh, 6K into Hayden's $300 bet.
All right. Hi, Dory. Hi, Dory. We just saw it. Maybe 5 minutes. Oh, Val just ripped. Okay.
What? Oh, whoa, holy cannoli. And a 10. Interesting. Say hi to me when you see this, and I will time it. Oh,
I did. So.
Did you?
Yeah, I said
Okay.
Dory like 3 times. So
okay, good.
Dory coming in the clutch.
Oh man. Oh, we missed it. Did Dwayne top up or did he double up? Because he's got 10K now.
I think he won some pots early on.
Nice. Nice. All right. Mustafa must have won a little bit. It looks like the money might be spreading out again. Well, the stream. The stream definitely is less interesting because OFC is not really playing any hands.
Yeah.
So, yeah, screw it.
Just giving points away. Just giving points away. You see my? I was like, sorry.
1,000 points.
1,000 points.
Thanks, Oprah. Eddie.
Yeah, let's go.
700. One of them struck. Correct. That's why
I think they have a couple more hands, so I do need to let this continue for a few more minutes, though, as we're quote unquote commentating on this. That's right. Let's go, Ed Oprah. I like that. For the record, I really appreciate you guys taking this in good stride. You are, our local, dedicated, loyal viewers. We appreciate that. I know a lot of you guys have been here since we started streaming, and just the quality outside of today, where we've come in terms of the quality of our live stream, the players and the games. It's just come a long way. If you were to ask me about 6 weeks ago when we would do 5, 10, 25 stream, I probably would say, like, give us a couple more, 2 or 3 more, like 3 more months, and we've done 3 in the past 72 hours.
And you killed them.
So
this is definitely like
we're getting the lineups. Unfortunately,
I guess this is one of those things where you just feel like this is proof that you're not invincible.
Yeah. So
it's like just a quick reminder that you're invincible. I feel almost like this was a joke, like someone pranked us.
Yeah.
Because it was so bad.
Yeah.
Anything could go wrong.
It went wrong. So are they done?
Yes. I know Kim is done.
Yeah, because we're on what's called, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to just let it go because since we're behind by the time you guys catch up, I'll put it on mute for a little bit and come back in 10 minutes or so. So we really appreciate everything. Eric and his YouTube commercials. I don't even know what you're talking about, Lego. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. We really appreciate
I want to just say good night to everybody and thank you. And I promise we will have a redemption stream.
For sure, redemption
right?
stream. 100%. All right.
Love you guys.